everybody. Paul Stanley, Carson Oaks Church. You know, one of my passions, if you know me, is that I love old motorcycles and old cars. I love working on them, restoring them, and building them into something brand new. You know, I can look at an old bike or an old car, and in my mind I can see the potential that it has if it's just in the hands of the right person. And to most people it might look like a rusty pile of junk, but in my eyes I see the gleaming chrome and the strong motor and the cool paint job that it could have. I spend a lot of hours in this garage taking something old and bringing it back to life. And I take special pleasure when someone who was a doubter at first, who said things like, "That'll never run," or "You can't bring back to life that bike or that car," when I roll it out, they just look at me and go, "Is that the same bike?" Now, it might seem odd to you, but I kind of look at people the same way. I love seeing God work in people who others have said are a lost cause. And I know about this because that guy was me at one time. You know, I went to my wife's high school reunion a few years back. We went to the same high school, but I was 4 years ahead of her. And there were people there at the reunion that I knew. And I knew this one guy in particular who was there that I used to hang out with as a teenager. He was really overly surprised to see me. And when I told him I was a pastor now, he really lost his mind. I understand as a young man, I led a sinful life. Even when I was a kid, it was full of drugs and drunkenness and all that kind of stuff. And he looked at me and said, "You know, as kids, we always thought that you would be the first one to die." I laughed at him and told him, I said, "I did." I said, "That guy that you knew is dead." I think that dude's still in shock, and it's been about 3 or 4 years. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says this, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old is gone, and the new has come." There was a time in my life when people thought I was headed to death and considered me a lost cause, and it followed me for a long time. After I came to Christ and I was being called in the ministry, I still had people who would tell me things like, "We don't ordain guys like you," or "We don't send people like you to seminary." God knows better, and God sees us differently. While others saw us a rusty pile of junk, God saw us potential. And if you're feeling like that pile of rusty parts today, nobody thinks will ever run again, just know that God sees you with a strong motor, gleaming chrome, and an awesome paint job. Just put yourself in God's hands today and be ready to become a masterpiece of workmanship. God bless you, man. Keep tuning in, and we'll see you next Friday.